after even more grinding off camera, it's finally time to start adding some glass back. So I've got that bond rail, all the glue gone. There's definitely some thin spots in there, but we're gonna add a lot of glass back. Got it up on its side here, and I've got my pieces all prepped. So I'm gonna start small and kind of build it out to fill it up, make it super strong. I will definitely add in some thickened epoxy to start with, some milled fibers, and just let that soak in so it fills any voids, any cracks in the glass there, and gives me a little smoother surface to start with. I cut these pieces the same ones for both sides. Like I was saying, just various widths and ounces of glass. Nothing really super scientific about it, just kind of whatever felt right from my experience. And then cut them to shape. So then I mix up some epoxy and make it happen. I've only ever used this stuff, this US Composites 3:1, but I've always had excellent results with it. Just a quick debrief on that work I just did. First thing I did was I grabbed one off of this pile, which is for the other side, even though I had completely pre-planned and laid out in order. So I thwarted myself there. And then just my amounts of epoxy that I mixed up got a little bit out of hand. So I mixed up one batch of thickened to put down first. That all went really well. And then I mixed up the biggest batch I've ever mixed up. So I did 12 ounces of epoxy and 4 ounces of hardener. Put that all down, and then it just wasn't quite enough to cover my last piece, which I do think was probably unnecessary anyways. And then I went a little overboard with the blue tint. It's just a few hours later, but with all the warm weather, the epoxy cured up pretty quick. So I can take my plastic bags off now. It looks pretty good, and it's going to be, my intent has been met. It'll be super strong and reinforce the whole way. Just not quite as clean as I'd like. I'll still go take this and kind of grind some of this extra away and taper it in nicely. I think if I was to do it in the future again, I wouldn't grind away quite as much glue, and then I would fill that gap with more thickened epoxy. It was kind of hard for the sheets to make the sharp bend. Obviously fiberglass doesn't like to make bends like that. Got everything turned around for the other side. I'm going to attack this one a little differently this time. So instead of putting the piece in the hole and wetting it out in there, I'm going to prep it, pre-wet it over here on my workstation. I've got everything laid out in reverse order, already cut to length, cut the right shapes in it this time. And then I'm going to mix up 2 separate batches of epoxy, so I won't mix the second one until I'm almost done. I'll still pour some thickened epoxy in to start, so it kind of gets nice down deep in this groove here. And then I'm going to go with 1 strip of really thick stuff on the top only, to help kind of like match up these 2 levels, so I'm not trying to make a big curve. And then I'm going to have my plastic bags already pre-cut this time, so I can lay those out and roll those. I was very happy with how that worked out and how easy those came off last time. way better this time. I would definitely do that again. That was definitely more professional than the way I did it on the other side. A lot cleaner result, a lot less air. I was a lot more prepared, but even being more prepared, I still ran out of gloves, so I had to find this one real quick. And my speaker died, which was a huge bummer. Definitely killed the vibe. Alright, left side's had some cure time. It's really nice and set up again with how hot it is out here. And again, this was just a much better job I did on this side, much more professional. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Oh, it comes right off. Beautiful. All good there. Beautiful sound. And then back here as well. Super clean. A lot more minimalist. Saved a lot more material than the other side. Looks like I do have one kind of little air pocket there, but not too bad. Taking advantage of the multi-use pull-up bar and setting myself up here to repair all these holes where all the choke and the fuel selector and whatever they had going on here for the bracket, all that stuff used to be. So we're just gonna glass over that and start fresh. So what I did is I took some Ziploc bags, and when I had extra epoxy, I just kind of epoxied them to the hole. So those will pull right off when the time comes. But what I'm gonna do is mix up some thickened epoxy, fill these holes in, and then I'm going to glass over them and put some biaxial glass over the whole thing there. And then I'll do my Ziploc bag thing over that. Before I put the glass down, I'm going to hit it with some heat from the bottom side to get out any air bubbles that may.